Everybody, it's your boy D from DNC Digital, proud sponsor of Mission Pro Wrestling Tournament Out of Hell, happening November 6th in Buda, Texas. Pinball's Kingdom streaming live on the Title Match Network. And here we are with another stop as a on the press tour, if you know, as you will. Gonna be talking. Hey Ryan, what's going on? I'm gonna be talking to Rachelle Riveter. She is a lovely, lovely lady that is gonna be performing that night in a fatal four-way match, and she's got. So I'm gonna go live with her right now. Just waiting on her. Miss Rachelle, how you doing?
Hi, you guys get to see me in real life. Is this great or what?
Are you in mom mode right now?
I am in mom mode right now. This is straight mom mode. That's why they call me the mom.
No doubt. Who is that you have right there?
This is my son. His name is Adonis. He will be one literally next week.
What's up, little man? He's beautiful. He's beautiful.
Thank you.
So that's one thing that I wanted to talk about. Motherhood seems to be such a big part of your life, more so than I see other women talking about it, and it's a beautiful thing. So I have no idea what motherhood is like. I do know what fatherhood is like, but it's a crazy time that we're in right now. So what is motherhood like in a pandemic?
Um, Honestly, it's been rough, especially within the first year. Hello, Ryan. Um, I had it not really super easy. I went through postpartum depression as well, especially within this time. So I was going through it a lot mentally. And I think me just kind of figuring out who I am as a mother and who I am as a person really kind of helped me figure out who I wanted to be coming back into wrestling, especially because, I've always been Rachelle Riveter,
Hmm.
but now, I'm a mother. I have responsibilities and I have a child that I need to take care of, and I'm an example.
Yeah. No, yeah, my daughter is 11 years old, and you find out who you are when you become a parent because now you're teaching right and wrong. You know, you kind of think of yourself as an invincible person where you're like, I'll take the consequences. It's all right. I'll get out of it. But now you got this little tiny ball of meat looking at you and watching your every move. And she's 11, and I have nobody to blame but myself. She calls me out on everything. I remember last year we were going through a Walmart, and I saw the pumpkins that they were doing. She's like, Dad, are you gonna get a pumpkin? I'm like, no, Dad's not gonna get a pumpkin because last year Dad tried to get a pumpkin and I couldn't carve a pumpkin. I'm a city boy. I don't know how to do any of that stuff. So no, Dad's not gonna get a pumpkin. She looked me square in the eye. She said, Dad, I thought you were supposed to keep trying until you get it. And I was like, I walked out with like four pumpkins that night. It
Oh
was it
my
was
God.
just was terrible. But you have these really beautiful pictures on your social media, and it seems that you are proud at the stage that you are now, as far as your beauty and your body goes after having a child. So my question is this, and I'm trying to word it because I had this conversation with my girlfriend the other day. Does that, as a woman, does that involve bravery to do that, or is it to break the stigma that anything over a size one is a brave woman for showing her body like that? Because I feel like society is like, if you're anything above what the movies show you, you're brave and all that stuff. But is it more like just any woman is beautiful and we got to stop the whole bravery thing? I'm sorry, I'm speaking as a man, but as a woman, what's your take on that?
I mean, honestly, as a woman, right? I feel like my body is way better now after I had a baby because if you think about it, right? We carry, like you said, this meat.
Yeah, no, yeah, the little lungs, the toenails, the brain, it's all made. in there. I'm
Yeah,
still trying to wrap my head around it. I'm 34 now.
exactly.
I don't get it yet.
Exactly. And you try to wrap your head around the fact that you're carrying this thing for 9 months and being someone who's always been little. So you're going to think this is so funny because I actually found out that I was pregnant with my son after I competed in a bikini competition. I was 6 weeks pregnant when I was on the stage.
What place did you get?
I got, what place was I? I think I was like ninth place.
Out of I'm assuming a lot of women.
Yeah, there was like a few women for sure.
Jeez, and you got ninth place pregnant? You're badass. That's
It
just
was
badass
pretty
right there.
crazy. It was pretty crazy. And like, honestly, I was okay. So it was funny too because I was going through my transition of like eating and everything like that. And I was like, man, something doesn't feel right, something's wrong. Totally thought that it was just the diet, right? Even my coach was like, it's the diet, it's the diet, it's the diet. I remember one day I was like, TMI, I was like, oh my gosh, my boobs hurt so bad. And I was like crying. And I was like, I don't think that this is a diet, but whatever. Still not in like the right, like whatever. I just thought I was slimming my body down. And then one day I was eating tacos and drinking margaritas. And I was like,
Oh.
I should probably take a test. And like ever
let
since
me
then,
let
like
me just finish this margarita, then I'll
yeah,
take the test.
yeah. I was like, I should really take a test. And then honestly, like after that, I had to wrap my mind around because I literally had to get myself in the psychology of like eating well, making my body super thin, to now being in the psychology of it's okay to have your body grow. It's okay to gain weight. It's okay to not be able to touch your toes. And that was one
Or to
of the
not be able to
hardest,
put on your socks, is that okay? Because it's
right?
a stretch. It's a
It's
stretch.
it's a stretch and it's exhausting. Like it's so hard when you're pregnant. Everything is 10 times harder. So I think that afterwards when I had my son, there was just like this, I don't know, it's like I birthed him and then like this wave of like, I don't know, like you got this
Mm.
kind of like came in. And now I'm more confident than I have ever been. I don't think you have to be any certain size. I think that literally any woman should go around flaunting, what freaking she was made, because we have the chance to freaking birth life and then we get to come back and kill it. Like that's amazing.
Yeah, yeah, that is amazing. Women, I don't think women understand sometimes how amazing they can be. And my girlfriend is a plus size girl, and I always tell her like, hey, like sometimes she has those days, and I have those days too. And I told her like, baby, I like my Jello to jiggle. It's all good. It's all good. You know. Um, so you know what I did want to ask, because my sister lives in Colorado. So is that where you are right now?
Yes, that's exactly where I am.
Okay, so are you okay? Is everything good with the fires going on? Are you far away from that?
Yeah, I'm more up north, so I'm far away. I can see it, and you can definitely see the
Yeah,
smoke.
she
But
lives in Boulder. That's where she lives.
oh gosh,
Yeah, so it's pretty close where she is right now. One thing she had me ask you though, I told her I was like, I'm gonna interview somebody from Colorado. She said, have you ever partaken in the legend that is Casa Bonita?
yeah, yes.
Was it a
It's
good
been a
night, or was it an eventful night to say the least?
no, it's been a long time. Casa Bonita, okay, literally, you have to go to Casa Bonita just because of the entertainment. Okay, the food.
Okay.
I know, people know if y'all are from Colorado, y'all know the food is like meh. But the entertainment is off the wall. They have like people like that dive, like do these diving things. Oh my gosh, yes, it's amazing.
Yeah, I was like, you got to give me a local question. You got to give me something good. And she's like, ask her about this restaurant because the food is terrible. but the restaurant itself is awesome.
See,
You
see.
have a couple of other fellow stateswomen. I don't know how you would say it. You got Heidi Howitzer, Ali Gatto, and Genocide that are all going to partake in the show Mission Pro Wrestling. Is there something to be said about the wrestlers in Colorado? Are they built different? What should we expect from all you guys?
Well, we're definitely gonna be loving Texas as far as altitude goes, because we'll be like, yeah, this is great. We can run back and forth, no problem.
Nice.
But I definitely think that here in Colorado, the women's wrestling in Colorado, honestly, is not that large. So we predominantly are going up against men, and I think that that has given us a little bit more, not advantage, but just a
More
little
like
bit
an
more,
edge.
yeah, a little bit more of an edge because we can work well with multiple sizes, right? Um, and I think that our locker room etiquette, as far as just how we treat one another, is amazing. All the women in wrestling, I just absolutely adore. And I'm a big person on, you know, I don't know, am I allowed to cuss? I don't think I can cuss on here, right?
What's that?
I don't think I can cuss on here. You're not allowed to
Oh
say
yeah,
crap
yeah.
on
It's
people,
Instagram
right?
Live. It's who the hell cares? Fuck it.
Yeah.
We're all good. It's fine.
Fuck this, we're good. Okay. No, but like, you don't want to. I feel like women in the wrestling industry sometimes they can be really shitty to each other. And I think that here in Colorado, we do a really good job, or at least we try to do a really good job with really keeping that peace. There's going to be things that are going to get you upset, and there's going to be things that, some women can do better than others, but we need to support each other at the end of the day because that's the only way we're going to get better, honestly. I mean, also you're going to get better within yourself as well, not just other people, but
So earlier, that you talk about the support that you have from other women. Ray is saying, "Enjoy the humidity down here in Texas."
that's funny.
You talk about the support that you get from other women, and I've asked every woman because it's my way of letting them know that I'm with them on this issue. Earlier this year, there was some really terrible stories coming out uh, due to some idiotic men who didn't treat women properly in the locker room. That's probably the most censored way I can probably talk about that
Mm.
story. Um, did the bond strengthen within all the women in wrestling after that?
Um, I feel like the bond has always been there,
Yeah.
but I feel like it it kind of opened a window to other women that was like, oh my gosh, I'm not the only one,
Okay.
you know?
Yeah.
And then it made that bond even more like, man, I really like it made women kind of like think like, man, like we really need to like be together. Like we
Hmm.
really need to have each other's back. Like, yeah, we have a bond now, but we really need to have each other's back because we're really going through some things. And, for every single woman who has experienced that, I just hope nothing but positivity, their way. And I think that as women, no matter what, we need to continue to keep supporting each other. That's the only way we're gonna end some of the ugliness out there.
That easily goes full circle into how you feel as a mother after having Adonis. Um, if anybody watching this is a mom who's having trouble, what's one thing that you can tell them that helped you get through what you went through?
Um, I am a big advocate on seeking help for your mental health. I I take my own medication for my own mental health, and I'm a big advocate on smoking weed too because I'm like that helps as well.
Colorado, my sister loves that shit.
Colorado, we keep it green over here. But I'm also like I just feel like women, especially right now, we're cooped up in the house a little bit more. The outbreak, I don't know how it is over there, but the outbreak here in Colorado, it is spreading a little bit more. And so all of us are being confined in more, and you really need to start to figure out who your tribe is. That's a real big thing. The people who you surround yourself with, you need to know if they are good for your soul, you know? And you need to start being okay with knowing that it's not okay. Like you have to know that, okay, I'm okay, that it's not okay right now. And you have to slowly try to build yourself up. It's a journey.
It's really tough because full disclosure, I had a tough day yesterday with just a bunch of shit coming together, you know, and I sat there on the couch and I did nothing, and it's tough just to get up, like, and I wouldn't even know how it feels for a woman, you know, just having a kid and the responsibilities are endless. Um, I am, you know, what I am thankful for is that mental health is such an open conversation now. Because back in the '90s, you know, people are like, "Oh, they're crazy. Don't talk to them," or "Don't," you know, you can't even men can't even talk about their feelings. God forbid. So it's such an open conversation, and I'm glad that excuse me, I'm glad that you're able to talk about it, and then your friends are all there for you. And you know, can you talk about the support that you have around you, and how that helps with your wrestling career?
Yeah, I mean, I have a phenomenal partner. I have a phenomenal child, honestly, even though, you know, right now he's upset because he has to go to bed.
Mm,
But and I have wonderful, you know, women in the wrestling world as far as like Ali Gato. She's been my number one since like day one since I started wrestling. And it's amazing now because she's like, oh my gosh, you're a mom. Um, but like really, if it wasn't for my partner and like my small group of good friends, my small little group, I don't think mentally I would be where I am. And it's different from saying like I don't think I would be where I am from like mentally where
no,
I'd be.
mentally, yeah, it's a whole different capacity. Yeah.
Yeah, you're like a whole nother person when you realize what you're capable of.
Mm.
And it's hard for one to become comfortable with the uncomfortable.
Yep. Yeah. Man, I feel like we're gonna be best friends.
You probably are.
We probably are. Plus, whenever I visit my sister, I'm gonna have to call you up, and we'll have you over for dinner.
I think that's a yes. I'm all for that. You can come over as well.
Where do we go in Colorado to get some good food? Is there
Where do
native
we go?
Coloradin?
Mm, no. Um, no. What is a good place to eat here in Colorado?
Do we go to Casa Bonita? Do we go there? Or?
We go there for entertainment. You know, I don't really know. I don't know. There's a lot of good places to. I'm kind of like, you know, a basic girl though. I like
Oh,
my.
you see, my girlfriend and I, we'd love to, whenever we travel, I'm not going to eat anywhere where I can eat it back home. Like, I'll ask the people like, hey, where do you go eat? I want to go eat where you go eat, you know? And
Well,
yeah,
Colorado has so much though.
oh yeah, it does. So like,
Where
it'll be you, myself, my girlfriend, my sister, and then we'll get Allie and Genocide and Heidi, and we'll have this just big ass, we'll have this big ass dinner.
we should all just go to Casa Bonita.
Yes, yes, definitely.
All
Just
just
put each other through tables, and we'll be fine.
I think that would be great. We would do dives into the water like the swimmers, but just like wrestling moves would be awesome.
Um, so I saw that you were able to do a seminar with Mercedes Martinez, Medusa, and Gail Kim. Can you talk about that experience that day and what you got out of it? Any story that sticks out?
Oh man. So that day when I went to that seminar, we did we had to do matches on the fly. Mercedes was talking about like she was talking about like just, you know, us doing techniques, doing a little bit better and stuff like that in the ring. And Lainey, I love Lainey Luck. Lainey
Oh,
Luck
Lady
is
Luck. Hey,
literally,
Lady. Okay.
oh, she is amazing. Okay, let me just say that woman is adorable. And Lainey Luck and I, like, we looked at each other across the room and we were like, you. And like, we just kind of did like this match that we put together really quickly.
So they didn't allow
And
you to. They made you call it on the fly.
like, they gave us like a little bit of time,
Oh, okay,
like,
okay.
like a little bit of time. And I remember just like afterwards, just the feedback that they gave as far as like the little things, because you don't notice the little things, but
Mm-mm,
they
never.
do. They notice the parts where you stop and you're like, right? They notice like, hey, stop thinking about it. They notice your footwork. Your footwork, Mercedes,
Yeah.
is
I had
so,
the happy feet syndrome when I started.
yeah, like the footwork is the key to everything, everything, and
I
breathing,
saw a
honestly.
video on Twitter, and it was Eddie Guerrero, and he did a hot tag with World's Greatest Tag Team, Shelton and Charlie Haas. And it said the caption just said, "Watch his feet and watch where he is in the ring." Now, a hot tag, you think that there's feeding and bumping, big drop kick, and the whole thing. He stayed in the middle of the ring, like it was straight in the middle. His footwork
Um,
was beautiful, and his quarter rolls, and I was just like, "How the hell do you do that? It's amazing." I don't train anymore. This is why I'm behind the microphone now because I don't. I'm not. It didn't work out for me, but I did learn a few things, and all respect to anybody who goes into the wrestling ring. Um, what do you think people focus on too much, and what do you think people don't focus on enough when it comes to training for professional wrestling?
oh God, people focus too much on the character,
Hmm.
right? They focus too much on like, this is who I want to be. This is who I'm a good guy. I'm a bad guy. Yeah, like whatever, right? But then, like in reality, what we should be working on is ourselves outside of the ring, making ourselves better athletes, making ourselves stronger, training ourselves even more outside of the ring. Because what most people, here's the thing, what most people like to think, right? Like, oh yeah, like they're good. Like this is like not that hard, right? Like it's not that hard. Let me tell you something. It's hard. Okay, running back and forth on those ropes, you have to be in a
Right here.
different type of shape.
It
Yes.
gets. Mhm.
And you get like bruises and you have to learn how to like breathe correctly. Like this shit is no joke. You know what I mean? Like people need to understand like you can train as much as you want in that ring, but what you do outside is just as important. How you eat, are you lifting? Like, we're athletes, man.
Yeah, that's something I learned the hard way. Um,
Yeah.
because I was like, you can do a few spots. I mean, there's some storytelling matches where there's minimal effort, you know, but that just takes so many years of learning how to work a crowd, learning your facials, learning like ring awareness, and it's just amazing, amazing stuff. Um, so you are coming into Mission Pro Wrestling tournament out of hell in a fatal four way with your girl Heidi. Heidi's in there.
Hmm.
Um, what do you? So I mean, for those that are just watching maybe for the first time, Mission Pro Wrestling is a company completely ran by women. Every position in this company is held by a woman, and there have been all women promotions in other places where it's just all women in the ring, but you got guys in the back and some women running it in the back, but all women all around. Um, what do you think Mission Pro Wrestling can do first in the present, and what the momentum that they have? What do you think they can do for the future of women in pro wrestling?
Oh, I mean, they are going to be the next big evolution for women wrestling. I mean, the fact that they encourage and they inspire other women, right? And the thing is, too, right? They encourage. That's like the big thing. Encourage. You know, Rosa, she's amazing.
She's
She's
insane.
amazing.
She's like a
She's
machine. I don't know when she stops. She just doesn't.
she's just so she's such a beautiful person. Like I spoke to her on the phone once and I immediately was like, "Oh my gosh, like she understands me." Like she gets where I'm coming from as a woman, as a mom, like she understands and it was just awesome to feel that. And I didn't even have to meet her in person, you know? And it's women like that and it's people like that that's going to take the women's wrestling to a whole nother, you know, point of view. That's why I wanted to go with such a like instead of Rachelle Riveter, that's why I wanted to be the mom, right? I wanted to put another angle out there in wrestling that encouraged moms
Okay.
to like change like this is a different angle of the women that we can go. Like Becky, she's having a baby, right?
Yeah.
Like there's so many women who are having babies. This is the time where we should just be like moms are badass. Don't forget that.
Oh, hell yeah. I mean, moms are the strongest women in the world. I mean, my mom, she's just gone through so much crap and she's still standing, and she's had a lot of medical issues and things that would stop any person. That woman's still standing, still smart, still like a smart ass, still like she yelled at me because I gained weight today on the video call. She's like, "Why are you gaining weight?" I'm like, I don't know, ma. You put any woman in front of their mother, we turn into 5-year-olds. I'm like, I don't know, ma. I don't. Like, um, but yeah, like Thunder Rosa, it's still weird for me to have normal contact with her. And we had a conversation, and she just said, "D, I got you," and I was like that was right here. She wants to set
Yeah.
the table, make sure everybody eats, and I love that about her. And that word "encourage" really does make a lot of sense. Um, I forgot what quote it was, but you need to recognize and encourage potential. You're not giving them the way; you're showing them the way, and you're letting them know that they can get through that way. Um, it's been so cool to talk to you today.
Yeah.
It was so reflective. I feel like I get along with everybody. I love everybody, and I wish everybody success and luck and a great match. And I know you ladies are gonna kill it. And it's so cool to be a part of this. And and it's not just me. It's just like my daughter sees me doing these interviews, and she sees me doing the research on you guys, and it gives her somebody to look up to. Because all this Nicki Minaj and Rihanna and Cardi B shit, I'm not down with that. Um, I don't even, that's just, it's really cool to be a father to a little girl who's becoming a woman. And one thing I learned is that I'm not raising a little girl. I'm not raising a girl. I'm raising the woman that she's going to become, because she's going to turn into a woman, and she's going to have all these lessons that I taught her that I'm responsible for. And I just want to thank you for an awesome conversation, a very reflective one that I'm probably going to. I need a couple kicks in the ass is what I need past couple of days to get up and to work out and to eat right. And I mean, because with all due respect, Rachelle, with all due respect, I'm just speaking as another person. I'm not speaking as a man who's like, you have these beautiful pictures, and it really is inspiring to see that Adonis is like, he's like a couple months old, and you look like that after having him. And it's
Thank you.
and you know what? To tell you the truth, it was just I have to do research on Rachelle before the interview, and I scroll and I scroll and I scroll, and I see this picture. I see this picture like that one, like
Oh
you're
yeah.
And I was like, my face. I'm like scrolling. I'm like, oh, cool. Oh. And I'm like, I don't know. I got to look for the wrestling ones. I can't, you know. But it was really really cool talking to you. I look forward to meeting you that night. Um, I wish I had a little DNC digital onesie for Adonis, but well,
Oh,
I'll have to get that sent out to you one day.
yeah, you
Um,
will. You will. And
so
then you have
let
to come
everybody
out
know
here.
where you can find them, where they can find you on social media.
You guys can find me on Rachelle Riveter at Rachelle Riveter on Instagram. And then, I'm all about healing, mental health, and all of that. So on the personal side, Rachelle Shield, you can find some encouraging posts there, especially women, mother. Come there for some encouragement and a mom tribe.
Awesome. If you are following me, follow Rochelle's Instagram right here. If you're following Rachelle, follow me at DNC Digital. I am DNC Digital on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. It's Mission Pro Wrestling Tournament out of Hell. They are starting their tournament to crown their first Mission Pro Wrestling Women's Champion. Well, champion. That was stupid. November 6th, Buda, Texas at Pinball's Kingdom. If you can't get there, they are doing social distancing. They're going through all the guidelines, making sure that everybody's safe. But if you are uncomfortable or you can't get there, it's being streamed live on the Title Match Network. And this lovely woman, Rachelle Riveter, will be performing that night. I want to thank everybody for watching. It's on YouTube, so make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Mission Pro Wrestling, follow them. I love you guys. Everybody have a good night.
Thank you.